Welcome back again to this week's soccer betting news video. I'm Ayanda Vezi, and with me is the prodigal son, Desh Parthab. Desh, how's it, boy?
Hi, Ayanda. Hi, SPN viewers.
Yeah. Desh, we almost like 1 month away before the season begins. Teams have started to preparing for the new campaign.
Pre-season has begun, yeah.
Players are coming, some are going. Craig Martin, I'm sure that's everyone like is talking about. Craig Martin leaving Orlando Pirates, joining Chippa United. What a shocking move.
I can't explain it, honestly. You know, when I saw his career absolutely blossom at Cape Town City, you know, he earned himself the Bafana call-up. And he was very much part of Hugo Bruce's plans. He was a starter for Eric Tinkler at Cape Town City. And, you know, he was really one of those players that represented the badge, and I think the fans really loved him for that. You know, he was playing on the wing. You know, he was a very attacking player, very dynamic, and I actually was quite shocked when he got the move to Orlando Pirates, because I thought he was happy at Cape Town City, and you know, the move to Pirates hasn't really worked out. Just 6 months later, he now finds himself at Chippa United. He's basically not even linked to another Bafana call-up. I think he's done his time at the national team. But hopefully we can see him resurrect.
But Orlando Pirates have been like in the previous season have been trying to sign him. Do you think maybe now he made a wrong decision by signing now for Orlando Pirates? Do you think he should have signed earlier before for Orlando Pirates, or he made a wrong decision by signing now because he only lasted there for only 6 months?
Yeah. Look, to be honest, I think when he was at Cape Town City, he should have stayed at Cape Town City. I can't really speak to his personal decision as to why now and not previously. But when he made the decision to stay, I think he committed to the club and really bought into their ambitions, their objectives. You know, they did qualify for Africa when he was with them, which again speaks to his strong credentials, what a seasoned player is. And again, being part of that Bafana team, it's really like, it goes to show that you are one of the country's finest footballers. And I don't think moving was the right decision, because now he finds himself out the squad.
At Chippa United, what he brings there, we know Chippa United is a team that has been like trying to survive relegation. Even now, their previous campaign, they almost got relegated. So what he brings there to the team?
Look, there's definitely going to be some creativity. You know that he's going to be guaranteed some sort of minutes, because, as you said, he's been frozen out the squad. He hasn't played much this season in Pirates, and I think right now the main thing for him is to get those minutes and get some goals, get some assists, see what sort of damage he can do under I think the new head coach is now Morgan Mamali, and so you know, that obviously that vote of confidence from the manager, because I'm sure he didn't come at a cut price. You know, he is still a very much a heavyweight in the PSL boardrooms.
But there is like a working relationship between Orlando Pirates and Chippa United. You know? Speaking about Orlando Pirates players leaving, the other player that is linked with the move is Goodman Mosele. He's linked with the move to join Stellenbosch. What a signing for Stellenbosch if the move it happens. Will be a good signing for Stellies, or?
Look, I think Mosele, you know, he came through the ranks at Baraka. He really earned his spot in the team, and he's played, I think, over 80 times in the PSL, if I'm not mistaken, representing Baraka. When he moved to Pirates, he didn't have much minutes under his belt in the colours of the Buccaneers. But the move to Stellenbosch, I think it could be good for him. You know, they're out there, they'll be doing their thing. Steve Barker, you know, he doesn't miss with his transfers. You look at players like Mandita, Ikran Reyners, you know, he brings him from Stellenbosch. Bam, I think 7 goals in the Nedbank Cup. Finished as the top scorer in that one.
The competition.
And now Mosele, like, if that's the name that Steve Barker wants, that's the name that Steve Barker is going to get, because he just has a track record of churning out really good numbers. You look at even defensively, you know, Sage Stefan's done really well in the nets. And I think he's somebody that does, you know, will fit and complement that squad.
Okay, there's another player that everyone is saying, hey, he moves around. The time he was based in KZN, he said he wanted to go back home.
Yeah.
Now he's linked with the move back to KZN.
Yeah.
That is, of course, I'm talking about Victor Letsoalo.
Letsoalo.
Yeah, he's linked with AmaZulu. In fact, they're saying the reports are suggesting that it's a swap deal. Rally Paula from AmaZulu, the midfielder, the Mozambican, is the Zambian rather. He's going to join Sekhukhune, and Victor Letsoalo is coming to join AmaZulu. Is that a good signing for AmaZulu? Looking at the performance
of Letsoalo,
yeah, his latest performance.
So we know that he's got a track record of scoring goals. Obviously, this past season he didn't quite hit his numbers that he did in the previous season, where he finished as a runner-up to Peter Shalulile in the PSL Golden Boot. So for me, that still demonstrates his pedigree. Obviously, that Royal AM team was heavily incentivized, so he did have a lot to play for, and I'm sure he walked away with quite a handsome fee, especially in the goal bonus. I'm not sure if AmaZulu are going to offer him anything in that same region, but right now, it's a statement of intent for me. Bringing back a seasoned professional, and they do have a new head coach as well. So I wonder if he had any influence in that sort of decision where we need a striker. You look at another, a former striker of theirs, De Jong. He goes to Royal AM, hasn't really done anything. And now maybe they want to bring Letsoalo. Maybe they've had a look at that Royal AM team and earmarked him. But obviously chose to go to Sekhukhune. You said moves around a lot. Wanted to move to, I think it was his hometown in Limpopo.
Yeah, and he was linked with Kaizer Chiefs before he joined Sekhukhune.
Yeah, it was a no-brainer for me to take Chiefs over Sekhukhune. But Sekhukhune have done really well. Reaching the cup final last year. I think Brandon Trutter, if he wants a striker to leave, then that'll make room for somebody else. Maybe doesn't seem as part of his long-term plans, and maybe he sees a midfielder. They have really a few.
And he worked with him before at AmaZulu,
so he's seen the pedigree of the player that he wants to bring into his team. Brandon Trutter does make very smart decisions in the transfer market, if you ask me. You look at bringing in Kamela Mokocho. I think
Vilakazi is there.
He's got like some experience. I think there was a defender, Cardoso, from
Kaizer Chiefs.
Chiefs.
He got him there because when he arrived, Cardoso was already there.
Oh, he was already, but he has. I think he's got a formidable starting 11. And I will be watching Sekhukhune very closely to see what sort of results they churn out. And especially the midfielder.
Okay, still speaking about Letsoalo on AmaZulu, they've released a number of players. Also, Andile Jali was linked with Orlando Pirates, but that move also seems like it failed. He posted on his social media saying, "Leaving Gauteng, it's time for a new chapter." And people are suggesting that he's signing for AmaZulu. Is that a good signing for AmaZulu? They have George Malulega there, who's almost 34, if I'm not mistaken. So Andile Jali he's also 34, if I'm not mistaken. Is this a good signing for AmaZulu?
Look, honestly, I'm not sure what the transfer policy is at AmaZulu, because you mentioned Maluleka, but previously Majoro was also seasoned. I think he was 33 or something when he joined. I believe that they're releasing him now. But you look at another seasoned professional, Veli Moto over there.
The players who are there.
Exactly. So if you're 30 plus, for me, you should be a goalkeeper or not part of the team. Unless you are really integral to the long-term vision of the club. Again, I wonder what the new manager has to say. Because in bringing in Letsoalo, he's looking at an experienced striker. And bringing in Jali, you're looking at, again, a very experienced, but basically a veteran, a midfield veteran. And I'm not sure if that's to go into the starting 11 or to be a squad player. But right now, he hasn't had any game time in the Sundowns jersey for quite some time. And I wonder if it's for the squad or for the starting 11.
Are you happy with AmaZulu's decision by releasing Keegan Buchanan?
Look, to be honest, I don't think that was the right decision. I think when Keegan Buchanan comes in, he does look to change the game. He wasn't starting, but he did make appearances off the bench. I think he had a few assists in the PSL this season. I remember his one against Maritzburg United. I think he just flicked it over the top for Mahango. I thought that was really a move of inspiration. If he showed his quality, his prowess on the pitch, and what he can do for the team. I'm not sure if he's linked with anybody, but right now I'm sure that there are a few clubs gunning for his signature.
Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about Soweto Giants now. Orlando Pirates, they've announced, obviously we knew before the season ends that Buthelezi from the TS Galaxy goalkeeper is joining Orlando Pirates. They've announced him, and they've also announced the Sipelo Baloni from All Stars. A good, if I tell you he's a good player, like he plays in the middle field. I want to talk about Patrick Maswanganyi, who is a left wing, and Otladisa there. Both players are left winger. There's Udlamini there, who plays the very same position, and there's also Vincent Pule. What a competition in that position.
It's crazy, you know, from start to finish. You know, you're looking at right from the goalkeeper.
Because Maswanganyi was also linked with Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah. They just are assembling the squad to challenge Mamelodi Sundowns. You can see it happening. I'm sure Sundowns are aware that this is what is happening right in front of their eyes, and they could actually be a title race this coming season. I'm very excited. You know, I'm a Buccaneers fan myself, and I'm telling you, I'm really, really excited to see what happens. They are absolutely stocked in that striker position. There's so many strikers in the team. I'm sure that they are working on getting some others out there. As you mentioned, they're bringing in some wingers. I would also be excited to see the Disky
challenge.
You know, like which crop of talent will rise up, because they did promote Ratomo to the
and Radio Pan.
They, I think Ratomo is a winger as well. You know,
he's a winger.
He plays in those in a few games at the end of the season. So you know, it's a statement of intent. You know, even getting a Spanish manager in, that in itself just tells you that they're not here to go follow the status quo anymore, and they're really trying to challenge. You look at when Sundowns started bringing in South American players, South American coaches, and now that obviously filtered into some of the other PSL clubs, and now Pirates are bringing in Spanish coaches, and I'm sure it would be a few players to follow suit in future.
Okay. Because like we will talk every day if we talk about transfer news, but in closing, everyone is talking about this matter that is happening at Kaizer Chiefs now. They were linked with Nabi, who was a former coach of Young Africans. He won a treble in a row with Young Africans, and he even brought them into the CAF Confederations Cup final. There were talks that he's going there. He was saying he wants to bring his own technical team. He don't want to work with Coach Atazwane. Okay, fine. Chiefs were saying we want you to work with Coach Atazwane. Now it seems like he's no longer coming there. Reports are suggesting that he went back to Tunisia. He even said, if I remember, there was a report that said, he said in the next 58 hours, the decision will be made. But the 58 hours has passed now. What's happening? The players maybe are confused who will be their coach. They have started to the preseason with Coach Atazwane. Is the new coach coming in, or will you give Atazwane another season? Because to be honest, he didn't like do well. He didn't like do bad for me. But the only thing is that if he won a trophy, that could have buy him more time with the fans.
You know, any Chiefs manager to give them some silver will definitely buy them.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So do you give him another chance to prove himself? Because like he finished 4th, of which it's not bad finishing in the top 8. You see, do you give him another chance to go? Because the preseason they've already started.
They were in 3rd spot for large parts of the season. You know, even going into that final game week, they just needed to draw the game, I believe, in order to secure the 3rd spot, and I think they were beaten by Cape Town City.
Yeah, in the last game.
Yeah, and you know, it just goes to show that has been the Chiefs' mentality the entire season, because they were knocked out of the Nedbank Cups and you know the MTN 8s. There was no real drive per se. You know, even if you look at the players, they whilst they did win the Soweto derby, which you can say, you know, at least they have those bragging rights. It doesn't mean much when you're 4th and your competitor is 2nd and chasing Mamelodi Sundowns. You know, I think the manager, look, it's for whatever reason they didn't get the Tunisian manager. But I don't think the door is closed for him. They could actually look to get him in later in the season, because I wonder if Atazwane will last the end of the season if he doesn't get some really strong results in the opening few fixtures. We know AFCON is among us.
Yeah.
You know, there will be a PSL break. And I think when the World Cup happened last year, that's when Sikukune brought in Brandon Trutcher to sort of give him some time with the team, with the squad, you know, learn about his plays, see what he has, and then lay out a strategy to save them. And, you know, they did really well. They had a really strong second season. If you look at Chiefs, they could have watched that happen, and they might be thinking that is the contingency plan should Arthur Zwane not perform when that time comes for the PSL break.
Yeah, remember though, Arthur Zwane signed a 5-year deal with Kaizer Chiefs. So it seems, it shows that he's their future. He's their future coach. So the players that they brought in, like you're giving him Simang, Tutuzim Tanzane, Pule Modi, Ditogwe from SuperSport United, you could tell that they're trying to build something here. So you give him enough time, as you say, give him, as you're saying that you give him from now until the break from AFCON to see if the results are coming or not.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's their contingency plan. For me, I don't really like when clubs turn managers over that quickly. But to be honest, if this is the biggest club in the country, the most supported club in the country,
you can call all over the country.
Exactly, and you'll always find Chief supporters. All they need is a trophy, and I think, you know, that's his mandate. You know, if they I think the MTN8 will start before AFCON. You know, there would be, you know, that is his first trophy. The earliest trophy he can win would be the MTN8, and you know, if he doesn't do, if he doesn't even reach the semi-final, you know, or possibly even the final, he could actually be on his way out. On the point of the 5-year deal, honestly, I think a large part of that was attributed to his success as a player. I don't think it's really correlated into success as a manager. You look at Dylan Shepherd, who I believe is no longer Chiefs. He's doing his coaching
in Ireland.
In Ireland, you know, so they've moved. You know, Shepherd is not to the team. I'm not sure if he comes back. What's that gonna be part of the new coaching setup? Because to be honest, if Arthur Zwane doesn't deliver this season, I think he's out of a job.
Well, there you have it from Desh and me, Ayanda Vezi. Please don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. On Twitter, we are SBN_ZA. On Facebook, we are Soccer Betting News. Until next time, goodbye.
Cheers.
For more soccer betting tips and previews, get the latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Bets branch or news agent.